Hi, I'm David Martindale. They call me MacGyver, and today I'm going to show you how to install the Harmonics flooring, LVT, better known as laminate interlock flooring from Costco, and how to install it, making sure that you use all the necessary things to make the warranty good. And we'll show you how to do that and show you what it looks like when we're done. So this is the luxury vinyl planks that you can get only at Costco called Harmonics. Then you want to cut up all your moldings and your door frames about 3/8 of an inch up so that your plank will actually slide underneath the edge of it. So you can see it fits. And then you're going to put down the required vapor barrier. In order to have a valid warranty from Harmonics flooring, you do have to put a vapor barrier down. So it comes in 150 square foot rolls, and my room is just right at 150 square feet. After you've rolled it out, just go ahead and cut off the end with a razor knife, and then it will unfold. It's doubled over, so you'll unfold it, and then you can go around the border with packaging tape is what I've found is best. And they say that it should be about 1 inch away from the edge, which will give your packaging tape some floor to actually stick to. Now, if you're going on a concrete floor, you do need to wrap it up the wall. But on a wood floor, you do not need to. They say stay 1 inch away from the wall. So just go around the border and smooth it out, and that will help keep it from sliding around, keep it in place while you're working on it, and that's just the easiest way I've found to do it. You can use duct tape too if you want, but packaging tape seems to be a lot easier to put down. And then you want to cut off the end of the board and the left side and also the face. And the easiest way I found to do this is just set up your table saw, run your board through, and it'll cut off that bull nose that comes off the front there, that little lip. And then you want to cut off the lip off of all the boards that you're going to run along your first wall. So you got your saw set up, just go ahead and run them all through. And then after you've cut those off, you need to get your starter rows, and the first row is a full length plank. The second one is going to be 2/3, so I'm cutting 1/3 of it off. And then the third row is actually going to be 1/3 length, so I'll cut 2/3 off. And then the pieces that you've cut off can be used at the end of your rows, so don't discard those. Those can be used at the end of your rows to finish out a row. So there's I'm going to cut off 2/3 and I'll have 1/3 left. And you want to have 2 to 3 rows that you work with to start with. That keeps the rows straight and a more stable piece to work with. After you get your 2 to 3 rows, then you can go ahead and put the spacers that come in the installation kit that you can only purchase directly from Harmonics. You can't get that at Costco. So get an installation kit, including your vapor barrier and any thresholds that you need. The thresholds come in 7-foot lengths, so I only needed one piece to do a 2-foot door and a 3-foot door. In your installation kit, you also get a block that goes against the end of your board. You just tap it with your hammer to drive your seams together. And then when you get all the way to the end, you can't get that block in there and swing with a hammer. So there's another tool that they send with the installation kit. It hooks on the end of the board, and you tap it with a hammer, just like that. This is your threshold, and I'm fitting it between floor planking and a tile floor, so I'm not running it flat underneath a piece of carpet or anything. So I just cut that off, and then I'm going to fasten it down through the holes with some screws. And the flooring is going to be about 3/8 of an inch away from your walls. It's going to shift a little bit while you're working. I'm putting down my second sheet of vapor barrier now. Again, be sure you put this down or your warranty will be void. Now I just tape the perimeter with packaging tape. So you stay about 3/8 of an inch away. This is going to shift around as you're tapping and everything. So once I've got my my first 3 rows, I put spacers up against that and put a few spacers at the end that I'm tapping towards. And then of course you can move those spacers because you don't have enough to do around the whole room with the spacers, but you'll have enough to do about half of the room with the spacers. Those also come in the installation kit. You just keep doing that full sheet, 2/3 plank, and then 1/3 plank. Just keep staggering them. Then you can really get working fast. I had my Wheaties this morning, so I can really work fast. Then we're going to measure for our thresholds, cut off our threshold. And these are kind of multi-use thresholds. They have pieces. There's a tool that comes in the with the threshold that actually slices against the edge of it after you've cut them to length. So you just slide this thing down and it scores. And then once you get them scored, you can just snap the edges off. They just snap right off there. And that's because you might be just going down to a linoleum floor or against a different thickness of floor, and I was going against tile, which was real close to the same thickness as my threshold. Then after you get your threshold started in that channel, you tap it down with a rubber mallet. Be sure you get it where you want it, because if you go to pull it up, you'll actually rip that threshold apart. Here's my finished product. Got my baseboard down. All done in a day. Easy job. So it only took me a day to do the whole floor, and my final cost was $368, which included the cost of the flooring, the vapor barrier, the installation kit, the threshold, and that's way cheaper than any other product that I could have put down. I checked just sheet vinyl, just the cost of it for what I wanted to put down was $462, and then it would have cost me, if I had somebody else install it, $640 just for labor, and they had to put down a 5mm plywood on top of the press board because you can't glue vinyl to press board. So all in all, this is probably one of the most cost-effective ways to redo your flooring. I'm really pleased with it. It has a splash guard, which basically for 24 hours, if you spilled something on it, you're good. You want to clean it up though. Don't leave it sit on there more than 24 hours, but all in all, it's really a good product. I'm pretty pleased with it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and why don't you subscribe to my channel? I'd appreciate that, and I'll keep you updated with other projects that I've got going. Have a great day.